Hello everyone, it's us again, Mr Fairclough and Miss Wally, and we are coming to you today to talk about mission transition. Now, we would usually come into primary schools and talk to you. It's a lovely way for us to get to know you before you come to us, but unfortunately we're not able to come in at the moment, so we're filming a video instead.
Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, obviously I'm as Mr Fairclough says, Miss Wally. Really sorry that we can't come in to see you, but this is the second best thing. Okay, so should we go over our roles again?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Miss Wally.
Okay, so just to remind you, I'm responsible for Year 7 and we work very closely together. I'm also assistant head teacher, and my prime role is taking care of the Year 6s and Year 7.
So I'm Mr Fairclough, Achievement Coordinator, and I work really closely with Miss Wally, and I oversee the form tutors, and I am basically always checking your attendance and to make sure that you're getting all right in your subjects, and if you've got any worries or concerns, I try and answer them, as we both do.
And we work really closely together, so we get to know you all as well as we can do. Now, you're a really big year group this year. You're going to be 290 Year 7s, so that's going to be exciting. So you're going to get a chance to meet lots of new friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the welcome booklet that you will have received either in the post or via your primary schools. If you haven't received it just yet, be patient. It should be on its way, and once you've got it, this video may have been posted prior to you getting these, so don't worry, it's on its way. Okay, you can watch it again once you receive the booklet.
There's loads of information in here, really useful information. There'll be things that I know you'll be wondering, and I hope the answers are in here, so we're going to talk you through it today. Okay,
so first page. First page has got some information about the uniform. We're not going to dwell on that too much because that's just, you can read that and answer your own questions sort of thing on there. But what we are going to do is talk about the school day, the typical school day, just to give you a little bit more information about how it runs. Okay, so Mr. Do you want to start off with the...
So I'm curious to know when your school day starts at the moment. So what time do you usually get up, and then what time does school usually start? For us, school starts at 8:30. Which might be a bit earlier compared to what your school day starts at the moment. So we start at 8:30. We encourage students to get here about 8:20 because on a few days we have some assemblies. Miss Wally?
Yeah, so we have to line up and we have to be in assembly, don't we, at 1:30 so we can start promptly, because assemblies we only have about 20 minutes to do assemblies in the morning. So yes, we need to get here promptly. Okay. And then, if you're not going into assemblies, we go into form time. And form time is with your form tutor and your form. And it's a fabulous time where you get to go through important information, what's going on in the day, in messages, that kind of thing, and form activities. And during that time as well, on a Wednesday, we do PSHCE, and you do that. And it's a slightly extended form time, so the timetable of the day changes by about 5 minutes to adjust to the PSHE sessions. And so that happens on a Wednesday during form time as well. Now, we have 5 lessons in a day, so 5 one-hour lessons. And the lessons start directly after form time at 5 to 9. So you have one lesson followed by another lesson, so lesson 2. And then you have break. Break is 20 minutes, and that then is followed by lesson 3, another 1 hour, and then we have lunch. Now, we have lunch for an hour, don't we, Mr Fairclough? And that lunch is an hour because we have clubs every day, and there's a club every day for you. And some schools don't quite have an hour, but we value that 1 hour because we do our clubs at lunchtime and not after school, because so many of you get a bus into school. If we did our clubs after school, then not many people would be able to go. So for every single day of the week, there are several clubs that Year 7 can attend. And there's information about that in the booklet as we go through. Okay.
And then just to quickly jump in on that, I know a lot of you are thinking, but Miss Wally, Mr Fairclough, when am I supposed to eat if I'm doing a club at lunchtime? And a really good thing to know is that a club will finish halfway through lunch, so then you've got the second half of lunch to eat. or you eat first and then you'll go to your club the second half. So every club will make sure that you've got opportunity to eat as well, so don't worry about that.
Okay. So once you're fed and watered, we then have 2 lessons in the afternoon, so lessons 4 and 5, and we finish school at 3:15. Okay, at which point some of you get on the school bus and some of you might walk home independently or be collected outside the school gates by parents and carers. Okay, so how do we know what lessons you need to go to? So a quick question we always ask: how many subjects do you do in your primary school? Okay, I'm going to give you a few seconds or, well, minute or so to think about and add up how many subjects you actually study in your primary setting. Okay, away you go. Have a think, have a chat. Pause the camera, that would be better, and then have a chat. Okay, I think they've had a time to think
I
about
think you've
that.
had long enough.
Okay, so how many did you come up with? Now, traditionally, when we've had this conversation with the primary schools, they come up with what? 4, 5, 6 subjects?
We never have any more than that, I don't
No,
think.
I don't think people realise how many subjects you actually do. So let's have a think. So we do, or you do, maths, English, RE, computers maybe. Okay, that's traditionally the kind of things that we get told. But here we do 16 different subjects. And you're thinking, oh my goodness. So we have to fit those 16 subjects into your timetable. So we have what we call a 2-week timetable. So we can fit in all of those 16 subjects. Hence, 5 lessons a day, 25 lessons a week. And over 2 weeks, that's 50 lessons. So we need to have a timetable that explains or gets you from lesson to lesson each day. So if you turn over to the next page, you will see an example timetable. Okay, so we're going to give you a couple of minutes just to have a look at that. Pause the camera.
Okay, so there's loads of boxes, loads of information on there, but trust me, you will be able to read this really quickly and you'll know exactly where you're going for each lesson. So we're going to give you a test. What I would like you to do for me is I would like you to have your timetable in front of you, this example timetable. It's not yours, it's just an example one. And I would like you to have a look for me what lesson you would be in on a week 1 Wednesday period 3. So that's a week 1 Wednesday period 3. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to have a look what lesson you'd be in.
I wonder how many of you get it right.
Okay, so hopefully you found the right one. So put your finger on it and I'm about to tell you what lesson that would be. So you would be in art in G13 with RAR.
Okay, so I'm going to give you another one. Where would you be week 2, Tuesday, lesson 5? Okay, which one do you think it is? Can you find it? If you're in a classroom now, who's the quickest at finding it? Okay. Hopefully, you will have found that you are in Spanish. Okay? Now, Miss Fairclough gave you a little bit of information on the last one. So, he said you were in Spanish. No, he said you were in art on the last one. So, this one, it's Spanish. What else do you need to know on your timetable if you've got Spanish? What else would you need to be aware of? Which the timetable tells you. So at this point, a lot of people look at me blankly, okay, but whatever information is in that box. So you've got JB in S3. What does the JB stand for? Some of the observant ones amongst you will have already seen that below the timetable there is a list of teachers and their initials. So who can tell me what JB stands for? Which teacher? Okay, yes, most of you will be correct. It's Mrs. Bernardi, Mrs. Julie Bernardi. So if you were going to that lesson, you know now that you'd be in Spanish with Miss Bernardi. Okay, so what does the S3 stand for? Yeah, so you know what subject, you know what teacher, now you need to know where you've got to go. So the S3 stands for the classroom. Okay. Now, if you turn to the centre pages of your booklet, you will see a map of the school. So we're going to have a bit of a race. Who can find the quickest where S3 is? Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah, did you find it? Oh, I'm not going to point it out just yet because we're going to have another competition in a second. But I just want to go and explain to you on your timetable. Okay, it's got W1 Monday, W1 Tuesday, and then it moves down to W2 Monday, W2 Tuesday. I'm wondering if you know what that means. Any idea? Well, what it means is your timetable is split into two. So the first half of your timetable, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is week 1. And that's what the W1 stands for. Week 1. Then beneath that, we have week 2, W2, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you split your timetable up into week 1 and week 2. And in your planners that you get, it tells you with the dates whether you're going to be in week 1 or week 2. So when you're packing your bags, it's important to check with your planner what week you're in, so you're getting the correct equipment for that week and that day. Okay, so hopefully that explains why I've got so many boxes.
Okay, another competition. So who was listening very carefully to what Miss Wally has just said? This is what I would like you to do. So you're going to use your timetable again. I'm going to ask you to tell me what lesson you would be in Tuesday, week 2, period 4, and I'd like to know what lesson it would be, what room you would be in, and what teacher it would be. I would like you to go back to the map and find what room would you be in. So that's week 2, Tuesday, period 4. Go. Okay, so hopefully you found it. So you would be in DS1, which on the map is about there. So you'd be in Drama Studio 1 with me, Mr. Fairclough, in drama.
Oh, you'd be unlucky if you're in that lesson, I think.
How rude.
Right, I'm going to give you another one. So this time, where would you be? Let me find one. Week 1, Monday, lesson 5. So week 1, Monday, lesson 5. Okay. Correct, I think. Hopefully you're all correct.
Yeah,
you'll be in science, you'll be with Miss Lawless, and you will be in G3. So we go to the map. Okay. And again, the observant ones would, if you're quick, you'll find G3 just over here. Right, who can tell me, or who can have a guess at what the G stands for? What does the G stand for? And it will help you orientate the map and find out where you need to go. Okay, so to tell you, the G stands for ground. So all of the rooms beginning with the G are on the ground floor of the main building. Okay.
So if we know that G stands for ground floor, what do you think the F stands for? What would F floor be?
Correct.
First floor.
The first floor. So therefore, if we're in a room that begins with S, S1, S2, S3, yes, you're correct, that will be on the second floor, okay, the top floor. So you'd have to walk up 2 flights of stairs to get to the S rooms. Okay, now then, some of you are observant and found out that some rooms begin with a H. So the H is in the Henshaw building. So it's the modern looking building at the back of the school. All of those rooms begin with a H, and they go H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, and then 10 to 19 on the second floor. So they're all in numerical order around that building. So when you're using the map, remember those simple clues about how to find them. And we have so much fun when you start in September about having to find your classrooms. Some people we find, don't we, Mr. Fairclough, get a bit worried about getting lost. If you speak, and hopefully you'll get some videos later on with the Year 7s, it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
It's such a giggle and you'll have such a laugh with your friends that you've met, finding one room to the next. Using your map, asking people. The girls here currently love being asked where certain rooms are, and they love helping you. But yeah, don't worry about getting lost. You've got your map, you've got your friends, and in the first few weeks, it's all part of the fun.
And we like to hear when people do get lost, because it means that you're trying to be independent and you're trying to look for these places on your own. So it's a good thing. It's good to have a look around and explore this new place.
I've been here 20 years, and I still have to say to people, where's G18? Where's F5? I still have to sit there and think about it because there are lots of rooms. So don't worry, it's all good.
Okay, so we're going to move on now, and we're going to look at homework. Now, I think I heard a groan somewhere, but homework is a good thing, and you will grow to love homework.
Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Homework in school is a really fun. It's your opportunity to show off what you can do. Okay, it's not a test. It's your opportunity to show off all the knowledge that you've learned, or to research new information that you might be starting to cover.
We love setting homework and seeing what you come up with, what you create, and it is a positive thing. So no groaning. So homework. How much homework will you be getting? So for your core subjects, so that's subjects like maths, science, and English, you'll get one piece of homework a week for those subjects.
And modern foreign languages, so Spanish or French.
Thank you, Miss Watley. And then also, for all your other subjects like PE, like maths, like drama, did I say maths?
Yes, you did.
I did say maths, not maths. So subjects like dance, drama, music, every 2 weeks you'll get a piece of homework. And it's really important that you don't spend any more than about 20 to 30 minutes on a piece of homework.
Because if you imagine you've got 16 different subjects, and if you did an hour, every time you did that piece of homework, gosh, you'd have no life, would you? You'd be just constantly doing homework. So we're really strict on the fact that it should be no more than 20 to 30 minutes on one piece of homework. Okay. To help you organise your homework and plan time to do it, you will be getting access to the Sims app. So you'll get a pupil app, which will allow you to, on your phone, and your parents have a parent version as well, but your parents and yourself have this app, and it's like a diary of homework and when it's set up and when it's due in, and gives you information about what that homework is. So there's no excuse, okay? But you'll also have it in your planner, which is the paper copy of your timetable and a diary, but really useful. You'll have a pupil app, which you can use to track when your homework's due in and what's been set for you. Okay.
So in terms of homework, we have a lot of students that do it in school because we have support in school for students that need it. And we have something called study support. So if you find yourself at a break or a lunchtime thinking, I don't want to do that work tonight, I want to get it done right now, we have the library, the TLC, that you can go into, get some support and to get some work done in the day.
Okay. And there's homework club every lunchtime, but you can also get some support before school and after school, where the library is open, the TLC, to get that done. Okay, so loads of opportunities to help you do your homework. Okay, right, if you turn in your booklet to the next page after homework, it's got meal times. Okay, so some people worry about going into the dining hall, choosing what they want to, especially in the early days and getting used to it. It takes a little bit of time to get through the queue. So what we recommend in that first few days is that you use this to plan what you might be having that day, and it helps you figure out how much they cost, what's available, and the meal deals, etc., etc. So we really recommend that you bring that with you, because that is the actual menu that you will have in the first week or so. Okay, so have a look before you arrive, choose your meal. You don't have to definitely have that, but just gives you some help, and it just helps us get you through the meal queue a little bit quicker. And you'll find that there are some gorgeous
really good.
Yeah, we like the dinner, don't
Yeah.
we? And the girls do rave about how lovely the school dinners are. So you use that to help you choose. Okay, right. Just there's lots of questions that you may be having at the moment, and normally when we're in the classroom in front of you, you can ask us lots of questions and we can give you the answers. So what I want to reassure you is that currently, as we speak, the Year 7s here are putting together a question and answer video. So for example, some of you might be saying, how do I get to the dining hall? Where do I line up? They're out there now putting a video together about answering all these questions and showing you physically where all these things are. So look forward to that one. It's going to be out just shortly after we've released this video, and that will help you. And it's a bit of a giggle as well.
Yeah, not long ago they were in your exact same position and they know all the answers now and they're looking forward to sharing them with you, so please don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Right, moving on in the book, there's lots of other information.
So Miss Wally and I have talked a lot about clubs, so in here have a look at some of the clubs that you might want to try, especially in Year 7. We really push for you to try as many as you can and find out what you like and what you don't like. And then as well as that, in the booklet we've got some information about certain subjects and about certain subject areas, as well as trips that we look forward to in the future.
Okay, from that point you might be saying, what about bushcraft? We are trying to work out bushcraft at the moment, so we can't give you concrete details, but we are definitely at some point going to be having the bushcraft trip, which is a special event for Year 6.
We're looking forward to it.
Year 7, yeah, we are. We get dirty, don't we?
Very.
Very dirty and very smelly. So we want you to experience that. So more information will follow. Okay, so we've gone through a majority of the information in the book. It's really important that you keep hold of this booklet. So when you do come up in September, you need this with you to help you find your way around school and important information. There's some information here we haven't talked about, so it's up to you to go through it. So keep it carefully put away somewhere. You will have received on the back of that some booklets already and some information. So we've sent you this little booklet which gives you the opportunity to write things down about you. We'd really love you to do that with as much detail as possible, because you're going to bring that up with you in September, and the form tutors are going to use this to try and find out a little bit more about you before they meet you, or during that first week they can ask you questions about what's in this booklet, etc, etc. Please bring that with you in September, and it's going to be really useful.
The form tutors are really looking forward to, as we are, really looking forward to meeting you and getting to know you, and that'll help them a lot in doing that.
Yeah. And then this one, just advice about what you can be doing to provide give you some confidence about having a bit more independence. It's got some tasks in there about things you can do to start practicing for coming up to secondary school. Okay. Right, so I don't know what else we can talk about at this moment in time.
I think we've covered a lot of things there, Miss Wally.
We have. It's really weird for us doing this because we usually have, obviously, like I've said before, some conversations. And
we love them. We love the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is, or what we have done by the time you see the video, we've asked your teachers, parents, to give us some questions that you may want answering, and we're going to be putting together, like the Year 7s, to frequently ask questions video, so you get to know as much as we possibly can provide you before September.
So I know you're surely blown away by this video and how well it's been put together and how professional it was. We're not used to doing this.
Yeah, so we hope you've enjoyed it, and we really look forward to providing you with some more little videos to update you as and when. But look out for them, take care, and we will see you soon.
See you soon.